Welcome back to the PigSkin podcast. This is season 2, episode 12. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're going to do things a little bit different this week. We're going to break this week down into 3 episodes, most likely. So today we're going to do our NFL Week 5 recap. In a couple days, we will be releasing our recap for College Football Week 6, and then we'll have our regular preview episode for College Football Week 7, NFL Week 6. It's Red River this week. So it's a big one, but so we're going to go ahead and jump into it. We're recording this during the Chiefs-Saints Monday night game. Currently, midway through the third quarter, Chiefs up 16-7. Looking to join the Vikings as the only other undefeated team, only other team at 5-0, which I guess is where we'll start. Or do you want to start with Thursday night? Probably start with Thursday, huh?
Well, we were watching Thursday. I guess I guess we could go over it. I mean, we could just kind of break it down real quick. Kirk Cousins was awesome in that game.
Yeah,
Both
quarterbacks was great. Yeah, Baker was great. Drake London scored me a lot of points in fantasy. And it was awesome. It was great going down to the wire, going into overtime. And then Kadero Hodge is unbelievably fast.
Yeah, he made up for that bad fumble the week prior.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just feel like there's a bunch of – I mean, you get these games with like a Todd Bowles team where like they'll have like a masterclass win, like the one against the Lions, and then I mean they throw a clunker out there, like the one against the Broncos, and then this week, I mean, there's just a lot of coaching decisions on his part that I don't know.
Yeah.
They've got the team to compete. Like they've got a postseason caliber team, in my opinion. If they can stay healthy, and if they can just figure out things on the offensive line, I think Bucky Irving is probably going to be your ground and pound back, and you just use Rachaad White as the utility guy.
Yeah, no, for sure. 6 points in the second half, though, after that start is just devastating. You can't do that.
Yeah. You got to score more points. You got to be able to drive the ball down the field. And like penalties, that's a big part of it, and then like throwing, losing yards behind the line of scrimmage, throws. I mean, that's ultimately that was the sword and the Bucs back,
Yeah.
in that second half. So
just shot themselves in the foot. So
yeah. Well, they have a long. When do they play again? When do the Bucs play again?
I think they play this week, right?
So the Bucs will play the Saints.
Yeah.
Okay.
On Sunday. So
that's going to be a big division game because if the Saints somehow in this game against the Chiefs, 3-2, it's basically a tie for 3-2.
Yeah.
So, and then the Falcons
will
play the Panthers, so that's automatic. I mean, that's 4-2 for the Falcons. I mean, it should be an easy 4-2 for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The Bucs, I'm going to declare that as a must-win for them. I know it's on the road, but you got to win that game if you're going to solidify yourself as like a postseason team. Yeah, you can't start the win the same way that you did last year. You went 3-1, and then it kind of fell off the rails from there. I mean, I guess you could, like they got hot as it went on, but I think you need to stay consistent.
You don't want to be playing playoff football in November, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you can't. It's kind of like baseball teams when they get hot midway through the season.
I guess if I trust any quarterback to do it, it'd be Baker though. I feel like this Baker throughout his career, he gets better as the season goes on.
Yeah, he's a gamer, man. That's his whole deal. So
yeah,
but it was a fantastic football game. Moving on, Sunday.
How did it end up happening? Like, what happened? Did they miss the field goal, or because it went to overtime?
Yeah,
because the Bucs were up.
The Bucs were. I mean, Young Hoku missed a couple field goals, but he hit the one to tie it and send it to overtime. What?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, 1 second left on the clock. Busted coverage. They hit a play deep. So, Kirk Cousins, he's beating the primetime allegations.
He really is. Also, apologize if my camera is pissing me off, dude.
Yeah, dude, go ahead and fix that real quick. Go ahead
I don't know how.
We'll just figure out how to fix it. I'll go into the London game real quick.
Okay.
So basically, it was a great weekend of football. I mean, college football was awesome. Like Dalton said, we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. Just some classic games, massive upsets. But the NFL was also incredible this weekend. Just when you think, like, you look at a slate and it just looks like a week where football's going to be down, but you got to watch it anyway. Football always delivers. So, football was awesome this weekend. And I'm very excited that we got the games that we got, and they ended up being much better than we expected. I mean, there are some games that we'll talk about that were kind of stinky, but that includes the first game. Vikings 23, Jets 17, London game, first London game of the year. It's hard waking up that early to watch a London game.
Yeah.
Especially since the London game's been kind of trash, haven't they? Like, I haven't watched a good London game yet.
Yeah, no, it's tough to watch because usually, like on Sundays, that's when I get all my shit out the way early in the morning, so that way I can watch football all day. Also, very tired Monday for true football guys, having to be up Central Time 8:30, and then you're up to fucking 1 a.m.
The weather delay, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was drained this morning.
Yeah, I know, I was out of it too. So,
but true football guys.
I mean, yeah. I'll stay
London. Yeah, London games have kind of been like Thursday night games the last few years. Just kind of,
We were lucky to get that Thursday night game.
I'm about to say we got a
Thursday's been kind of
banger
trash
this week. Yeah, but usually like it was kind of the running joke that the Thursday night games, the Amazon kind of got screwed. Like poor Kirk and Al Michaels just having to call those shit shows every week.
I mean, he just seems depressed every Thursday.
Well,
what was the last Thursday night game that we got that was like awesome? Like the Rams Raiders, the Baker comeback.
I think so.
The fourth quarter was fun, but the 3 quarters of that game were just uninspiring.
That was what, 2 years ago, almost.
Yeah. So.
Shit.
Well, they also just kept scheduling Russell Wilson and the Broncos on Thursday nights.
Yeah, and last year it seemed like Bryce Young and the Panthers played every week on fucking Thursday.
Yeah. Let's just get this game out of the way.
Yeah, literally. I do want to say this, man. Poor Aaron Rodgers, bro. He got the fuck kicked out of him all game.
Yeah. No, that Vikings defense is for real.
They're nasty.
They made him look old. I mean, he's 40-something, so yeah, but they made him look old.
You could see he was getting hit. He was like,
yeah, no, it looked bad. And the Jets they're probably kicking themselves for the decision to sign an old Aaron Rodgers who, like, I mean, he's still very talented, but I mean, he's basically just like a, shadow GM at this point. I mean, I'm sure that's kind of their plans for Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, it's just bad vibes for the team right now.
It's kind of like the whole.
It looks like bad vibes.
I hate to do this comparison, but it makes the most sense in my brain. It's kind of like LeBron in the NBA. Like he's there now. LeBron's still balling though. That's one thing, but he's running the team. You know what I mean? Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like he's running the team. It's pretty much what Aaron's doing at this point. Outside of working out contract stuff, he's running the team. So
yeah. Well,
he says goes.
And that's why they brought him in. I mean, he knows winning football, so they're like, "Hey, fix this. Like, we need to be competitive again." Like the Jets fans that we've suffered for too long. But I mean, it seems like bad vibes right now. Like when I'm watching Jets games, or at least this game specifically, it's just every time they would cut the camera over to, didn't matter who it was, Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers, Robert Salah, a Jets fan. I mean, there was just a frown on their face the entire time that game was going on. And Aaron Rodgers had 3 interceptions in this game. Is this his? He's had multiple games with multiple interceptions, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's had a couple over the last few years, but
he had one interception. No. Maybe this isn't. Maybe this is the first game he's had with multiple interceptions as a Jet.
He's played 6 games. He's played 5 games and a snap as a Jet, though.
Well, you know who else through 5 games had? You know how many multiple interception games he's had since he's been a Jet? 1. Through 5 games, only Zach Wilson only had 1 game with multiple interceptions as well. So Zach Wilson's got to be laughing right now. You got rid of me for that.
I think Zach Wilson's 6 inches deep in someone's
ball.
Yeah. Deeper number.
Also, the Quincy Williams was basically in the locker room saying somebody needs to be held accountable. Which kind of made me think, like, yeah, this is bad vibes all around for this team. Aaron Rodgers said, like, he believes in the team and he thinks things are going to get going and, like, things are going to get corrected. I think the Jets are just cursed. Like, they just can't have it good. It's unfortunate. But maybe Jordan Travis is a Jet, right? He was drafted in the 6th round.
Yeah, but who's more cursed right now, Florida State or the Jets? I mean, he's not playing for Florida State. But
it almost makes me think he could save the Jets. Like, with how Florida State's been, like, in the past, like, before he got there and after he's gone, like, maybe Jordan Travis is just the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If he comes in and takes over for the Jets, he's a good quarterback.
He is. He's a good quarterback. Healthy. He's definitely.
He's a gamer and he's a good decision maker. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. Maybe Robert Saleh's kind of in over his head. Great defensive coordinator. Those San Francisco defenses were really good under him, but I don't know. I feel like you just need to reset it for the Jets. I don't think that Robert he's been put in bad situations, like with his teams.
Yeah, I don't know that he's a bad coach. More so, it's a bad situation, and like you said, it just needs probably.
Well, we saw what Aaron Rodgers did against the Patriots. I mean, he looked awesome against the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I know, it's the Patriots, but that defense isn't god awful. You know, the defense is actually. They're okay, I mean, they have to be good because that offense is terrible. But I mean, he was mobile. He was moving around. He looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know. Maybe it's just old guys need their sleep. You can't wake Aaron Rodgers up that early to play a football game. Jet lag across the country against that defense. So yeah, we'll see. And also, I guess Aaron Rodgers kind of also proved that he doesn't hate Garrett Wilson. I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw, all the stuff that was going around and people saying, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, another receiver that Aaron Rodgers hates, Garrett Wilson. I mean, he was basically like force feeding him the ball. If you were watching the game, it just was him throwing to Garrett Wilson every time.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that Alan Lazard dropped a bunch of passes too.
Expected.
Also the Vikings.
Absolute unit right now, dude.
Yeah. And like, this is good for the Vikings fans to see them come away with this kind of win because Sam Darnold kind of reverted back to what we had seen Sam Darnold in the past. He made some good throws. I mean, like, he had some plays. Like, when you have those receivers, you're going to make plays. Those receivers are just too damn good.
Mm-hmm.
When you've got Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson, like, it's kind of hard to be a bad quarterback behind that offense and that coach. But he did have a head-scratching interception. He threw the ball. It was just one of those, like, what? But, like, it's good to know for the Vikings that he can afford to play that way. And they can still win games because that defense is so good and they're fast and they're aggressive. So, I mean, I guess that's good if you're a Vikings fan to see that. That's a good Jets defense.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know. I still don't know. The Vikings defense is legit, but I have to see it against consistent top talent. Like, they beat the Packers, but they almost smoked that fucking game away. And the Packers suck shit in the first half. You know what I mean? And so there's been now the 49ers game stood pretty tall, and then now we'll get into it later. The 49ers are sitting at 2-3. Now they've been beat to shit, but just one of those deals. I mean, I'd pick them to keep winning until they don't. But like, who do they play this week?
They're gonna have a clunk. I mean, they're not gonna go undefeated. Which you don't need them to go undefeated. They're already doing way better than what was predicted of them. So,
I mean, they were finished. They were picked by most, me included, to be dead last in the division.
Yeah,
they're on a bye. They're on a bye next week, and then they come out and they play the Lions in 2 weeks.
And that was kind of a fear of mine, is they were picked to go 7-10 and finish last in the division. But a fear of mine was they're still going to be good on defense. They still have all that talent and that offensive line returning. They get Aaron Jones. If Sam Darnold can just manage the game a little bit and like come out of his slump, then they might actually be a good team. And it's basically come to fruition. We'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, you need to either stop predicting or you need to start predicting the Packers to win titles, because you got the Bears thing almost complete, because you're a nice person and you love me, but you got the Bears thing almost completely right, and then you were kind of on par with what the Vikings would be. I just didn't think anyone realized they'd be this good. So
I didn't expect them to be this good either. I would have thought they lost to the 49ers.
That's fair. Moving on, first game that I'm seeing here showing up in the early window. I think we had a little bit of a bright spot a couple weeks back with the Panthers, and now everyone's just like, it's still the Panthers. Like, Caleb Williams looked fantastic, and y'all just completely dismantled the Panthers.
Yeah, 36-10. Bears have the longest home winning streak of any NFL team right now.
It's at 8, right?
10.
10?
Yep.
I thought it was 8.
Maybe we have 8 wins. Okay, wait. We have 10 straight games of the defense only allowing 21 points. Like, that's the most, 21 points or less.
Yeah.
That's 10 straight games of doing that. I think we have 8 wins at home, which is good. You want to win at home. And, that game was a lot of fun. I had so much fun, and I enjoyed every second of that game, except for the first drive. You're right. Caleb Williams looked really good. I have high expectations for him, so there's a lot of stuff I want to nitpick. But I think I'm just going to enjoy this one. He's a rookie. He's going to figure it out. First drive, he had Rome Odunze open on a shallow drag route. He wants to make the big play. You don't have to. Just throw the drag. Yeah. It'll be 3rd and 3 rather than 3rd and sacked,
Oh my God! Sorry, this is so bad. Do you have the Monday night game pulled up?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
The Travis Kelce lateral to P. Ryan?
I didn't see it. No.
It happened earlier. It happened in the.
Did you just Smith-Schuster that dropped it? Yes.
Yeah. Nice pick. Oh shit!
Look at Creed hawking his ass down too. Almost got him. I'm surprised. Who are you more surprised still's in the league, Odell or fucking Juju?
Odell's on the Dolphins?
Yeah, he just got activated this past week. He played yesterday. They need somebody. I think he's still got any college eligibility left. But anyways, getting back to
love big boy interceptions.
Oh, dude, they're the best.
Big sixes are the best.
Yes.
I was hoping that would be a 100-yard big six. That'd been so sick. We need some of those. The Bears. Happy for DJ Moore. Happy for that entire. I mean, I finally figured it out with Shane Waldron. I've been trying to figure out what's missing, like why he's not the worst play caller I've ever seen. I mean, I watched him in Seattle. His offense has worked. You just need to be able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I mean, if you can establish a run game, his passing game sets up very nicely. And, Caleb, he had another 300-yard game, and he made some good decisions with the ball. The throw to DJ Moore, the second touchdown, was awesome. I mean, that was just like pinpoint accuracy. I want to have a conversation real quick.
Yeah.
So I think yourself included, and I think you just did it to heckle me because I'm a Bears fan. I don't think you thought it was actually a bad decision, but I get it. You're a Packers fan, so it's fun to heckle me because we're the Bears.
Very fun.
A player that was taken in 2023, the Bears traded back with this certain team. That certain team drafted a certain pass rusher from Georgia. And then we ended up taking a certain pass rusher from Florida instead. And everybody thought, oh, the Bears, you're stupid. You could have had that player. Can we have an honest conversation?
So,
and like, I'm kind of dead serious about it. Like, when are we going to start having the conversation that Javon Dexter is kind of like, can we have the conversation between Javon Dexter versus Jalen Carter?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that Javon Dexter is very highly underrated.
I mean, the stats, it's not even close. His stats, he's playing way better than Jalen Carter right now. I know, I get it. Jalen Carter's being double teamed, but so is Javon Dexter. Like, he's had more one-on-one pass rushes, but even when he's double teamed, the sack he had on CJ Stroud in the Texans game, he was double teamed.
God, he's got 4 sacks already on the season.
Yeah. Forced fumble recovery. He's 6'6", 300 and something pounds.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
God, he was born in 2001? Oh, my God. I feel old, dude.
Yeah, these younger players, like, isn't it just sad that we don't have it?
So sad. Well, I also wasn't 6'6", 312. I'm 312, but I'm definitely not 6'6", so.
Yeah, no, he's an absolute monster, and he's playing better than Jalen Carter, so suck it, Eagles fans. Suck it, everybody that wanted to Bears for taking right instead of Javon Dexter, although that's starting to look bad for both teams. Because Darnell Wright, okay, I found out he has a back injury, so that makes sense. He had been playing bad, but he had a much better game against the Panthers. But he has had a back injury. I get it. I can't do anything with it. I have a bad back right now, and like I almost didn't do this episode. Like I feel like I just want to ball up and curl up in a ball and cry. So imagine playing football and trying to block people.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, Javon Dexter's kind of a stud. Javon Dexter's a stud. He's playing better than Jalen Carter right now. He's an absolute unit. I like to see more of Montez Sweat. He's been just kind of banged up, so I get it.
Going back to that whole thing, I don't feel like, everyone gave Georgia so much like praise when other players got drafted off those national championship teams. Not many of them have panned out. Well, maybe
like he is getting double teamed. They don't have edge rushers on for the Eagles, but like,
where's Jordan Davis?
He can play for like a second. 400-pound ass. He's tired after one play.
Quay Walker has not been good. Devontae Wyatt's been maybe one of the best ones outside of any of the DBs they have.
Trayvon Walker had one good game in his entire NFL career, and it was last week or this week against the Colts.
Yeah, and Quay Walker blows, dude.
Yeah. Kobe Dean hasn't got to play much because he's just hurt.
He's also so small.
Yeah, Keely Ringo doesn't really get much of a shot because they got James Bradbury, and the Eagles drafted all those Georgia players, and it's like
they just kept taking Georgia players.
Yeah, turns out they all stink.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, but no, the Bears.
DeAndre Swift has like come alive ever since I talked shit about him.
Yeah, don't keep sleeping on the Bears, man. I'm kind of almost talking to myself through here, like. I'll keep sleeping on the Bears. Like it's gonna click at some point because it's starting to. You just, especially from Caleb, you just want to see him continue to build on games like these, right? You want to see the consistency. You want to see him be able to do it week in and week out. You want to see him be able to do it against much stiffer competition. But when you're playing a team like the Panthers, that honestly, like you look at that fight at the end of the game, that team is about as dead as.
Yeah, I wonder where David Tepper was because he wasn't in the stands pouring drinks on people. Like he didn't come to the game. He probably was. Just and you know what, the ultimate like sting of all of it, like the nail in the coffin, is when they put Bryce Young in at the end of the game. It's like the ultimate, like the Bears won the trade.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't look bad though. He made some good throws. I mean,
Yeah.
he had some good throws. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
You know what?
he had
And I
a
always
big
think
throw
about
on the
it.
run, and I was like, okay, maybe Bryce Young's back. Don't do it, David Tepper.
God, I know. I'll save this for the next game. You got any other thoughts on that game?
Yeah, the Keenan Allen connection's coming.
Think so?
That's really the only note that I made. I had a notepad where I wrote everything down, and for the Bears game, it was just the Caleb Williams Keenan Allen connection's coming. Like, give it time.
Sure.
And Javon Dexter is playing better than Jalen Carter. And I didn't really like the signing from Tennessee. And he's actually, since the Texans game, like the past 3 games, he's been really good.
Yeah.
He had the interception. So he's kind of starting to find his. Say what you want about Matt Eberflus, and like I questioned his coaching at the beginning of the season, but I mean you got to give him props. He knows his side of the ball. Bears defense is playing good. You have a window because the Bears defense is going to be shit in like 4 years when those players
paying
get old.
everybody. Yeah,
and you got to start rebuilding. So like you have a window like to make a run at the Super Bowl. Again, we're the Bears, so like Super Bowl is like not even on my mind right now. I need to see more shit. But
well, see where you're at with defense. Packers are going to be there. We'll get into this a couple years with receiver, but yeah, no, I mean, very promising for the Bears. They're in the Jags next week, which obviously we'll get more into that in our recap or our preview of the weekend. But next game, I want to get into probably the best game of the weekend. Makes me miss. Do you remember on ESPN? It always come on at like 11:30, midnight, 1 a.m., and then early in the morning. You remember that crunch time show they had? Where they'd go back to the day prior and would do college and NFL games that last like 2 minutes? Dude, where the fuck is shit like that? You know what crunch time would be perfect for? That Ravens-Bengals game.
Yeah.
That game was
so much fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. You're right. It was probably the best game of the weekend for sure, or at least for the NFL.
Well, yeah, for the NFL, the best game from Sunday. Let's just put it that way. Like,
yeah,
it was amazing. The play that sets it all, or not sets it all up, but you look at what if you're gonna pull one play from that game and be like, oh yeah, this was just amazing from start to finish. It's Lamar's touchdown pass to Isaiah Likely at the end of or towards the end of the game. Fumbles the snap, literally is on his knees grabbing the ball, has to stiff arm Sam Hubbard twice, and then looks like he's going to run out of bounds, takes a step back, launched it into the end zone. Isaiah Likely's right there.
I think everybody watching at home or like in the stands were just, I mean, I audibly like just,
yeah,
that was one of the craziest plays. Even Scott Hansen on Red Zone like couldn't believe it. It was like one of the craziest plays we had ever seen. It play of the year so far. I mean,
100%.
That was the play of the year. That's what Lamar Jackson can do when you. I mean, like, what do you do? Like, I mean, I thought it was good defense. It was like he fumbled the ball. Like, all right, let's get after him. He's just so fast. He gets out of it. He stiff arms. Was it Sam Hubbard or Trey Hendrickson?
It was Sam Hubbard. It was 94.
So he stiff arms him twice. He's running out of that throw was incredible. And Isaiah Likely he's come on. Mark Andrews finally had a catch. We've been waiting for that. So.
Charlie Kohler, he got some touches too.
The Bengals are officially like in trouble. Because there was a window for them to be able to kind of like get back into the groove of things. I mean, their offense has been phenomenal. I mean, Jamar Chase owns the Ravens. Like he's so good whenever he plays the Ravens. Like he just knows that team. And
that screen pass he took to the house was nasty.
But that's kind of scary for the Bengals because you had the perfect game, or almost. I mean, it wasn't the perfect game from Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, but it was excellent. They played awesome. They did everything they were supposed to do, and they were scoring touchdowns, getting down the field on drives, and yet it wasn't enough because the defense just continues to let them down. Like that's why I think the Bengals are in trouble because if they don't figure it out on defense, like this is their diet. If you're going to be a aspiring team, like you have to win this game against the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very bad. Like through 3 weeks. I mean, after the Chiefs, and that Chiefs game wasn't really a good demonstration because the Chiefs offense just hasn't been scoring too many points. And then, I mean, there's some weird stuff going on that I don't blame Matt Nagy. But the big Joe win games. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Is Justin Tucker back?
Not a good situation for the Bengals.
Yeah. No, 1-4 is tough.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's gonna have to make a 60-yarder to come back.
To officially be back.
56-yarder. So he had that 56-yarder, which was good for them. Also, Derrick Henry, it's kind of unleashed. The King has put his crown on. He had an awesome run in overtime. It's crazy how fast he is.
Dude, I know. At his size, like, it's ridiculous.
He's so fast. And I think it's just because he's so big, like those long legs, he can just stride. But, I mean, it just looks like a horse.
They need to bring back sports science and get him going full speed and just see how many doors he can run through.
Yeah, honestly. But right now, who sits at the top of the division? The Ravens are. Yeah, I guess the Ravens would now.
Is it the Ravens or is it the Steelers? Because the Steelers only lost one, right?
No, they're 32.
Oh, there? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the Ravens at the top of the division.
Yeah, because they had the only division win. Yeah.
If I would have told you that the Bengals were going to be 1-4 to start the season, you probably would have thought, okay, Joe Burrow got injured.
Yeah.
But for Cincinnati, we'll keep our eye on that.
Yo, that's kind of wild. Hold on. I'm looking at the standings in each division right now. Guess there's only one division in the NFL where all 4 teams have a point differential, a plus point differential. You know what it is?
NFC North.
NFC North, baby. Hell yeah. NFC North football's back.
We're kind of the best division in football.
We also are the only division with all 4 teams having a winning record.
Yeah. We're sick. And the Bears are in last place, aren't we?
Yeah. The Packers are in 3rd. So look at us.
If you would have told me that the Bears were going to be in last place with 3-2, I would have thought, okay, the Vikings are just unreal. And that's kind of been the case. Like, yeah. The Vikings have just been way better than advertised. But they're going to have to play the Lions. Sam Darnold's going to have to play the Bears defense. Excuse me. And then they're going to have to replay. They're going to have to rematch the Packers. So it's going to be tough for them down the stretch. I can see them going 1-1 with the Bears. I don't see them beating the Lions, just truthfully.
I don't see them beating them twice. I don't think any team in the division is going to sweep another team, to be honest. I think we're all going to, it's probably going to be 1-1 across the board. I think all 4 teams are just entirely too competitive, especially with each other. But yeah, no, I mean,
look at this.
You're right, man. The Bengals just, I mean, if you can't win a game where you score 38 points, I don't know how many games you're going to win this year.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of the Ravens, have we deciphered the Davante Adams Instagram story?
I don't know, because we did get an Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah.
Yeah. So
unless his girlfriend likes interesting about killing himself, but yeah.
Well, didn't Edgar we never truly knew how he died, but didn't he go to New York City at the end of his journey? He did he's from Baltimore, right? Or he's from Virginia. They have the giant plaque of the very first original print for the Raven, but I'm pretty sure he went from Baltimore to New York City after getting a bunch of drugs, basically what Aaron Rodgers did. And so that's kind of what I'm deciphering with Davante Adams. I feel like he's going to be a Jet.
That was good. That was funny. That was good. I gave props for that one.
Okay, I have a question for you.
What's up?
If the Jets do sign Davante Adams, doesn't that kind of feel like it's kind of like when a couple decides to have another kid to save the marriage?
No, literally.
It could work, maybe. Or maybe that's exactly what they need. Maybe they need another kid. Maybe they hate the kids that they have now, and they're like, we need the golden child.
Maybe. Also, I don't know.
Would he start hating Garrett Wilson if they signed Devontae Adams?
He's just gonna. It's not gonna be like a Richie Incognito thing. They're just gonna start bullying the fuck out of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Hey, what the fuck is Richie Incognito been up to lately?
I don't know. He's been doing podcasts talking about how much of a badass he was playing football. He got cut your prime, buddy. Calm down.
He was kind of.
He was a bad motherfucker, though.
Yeah.
He was.
He kind of was.
He was. Yeah, he just unfortunately was a bully. But you know what? It's all right. Sometimes you can like a bully. You know what I mean? No, don't like bullies. Okay, we don't.
Well,
unless they play really good football, and then you can kind of overlook that. You know?
Yeah. It's like in movies, like the Disney movies, like the bully that's like the jock who's like the sports star and he bullies the nerd. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we need more of that.
Yeah, we need more of that because he put up 6 touchdowns and 200 fucking yards this weekend running the ball. So
yeah,
you say whatever the fuck you want. We're building
a fucking down, nerd.
Yeah, we're building a new concession stand based off that motherfucker. Okay, like Johnny Football. Yeah. If Johnny Manziel bullied someone and then they went to the dean and was like, he's mean. It's like, do you see how much money we just put in the stadium because of that guy? All right.
You know how much money we made off of him, and he's not going to get a single dime?
Yeah. How about you suck it the fuck up and take your calculator back to fucking trigonometry, okay?
Yeah. Nerd.
Yeah. Just pushes him out.
Like, what get out of here.
What is this becoming? No. So, I don't know. I don't think he's a Raven, but he might be, man. And if he's a Raven, it'd be funny to watch it fail. Like, not that I love Devontae Adams, but it would be funny. It's always funny to me when teams try to like buy a roster and buy a title, and it's only ever worked for like the Rams. Like,
yeah, that's true. And look where they're at now. Exactly.
Losing to Kraft macaroni and cheese. So, anyways, maybe the worst game of the weekend, Dolphins Patriots, man. It's just a stinky football game.
Yeah.
But we did get an Alec Ingold touchdown and a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown. So
yeah, we did. Alec Ingold's the best. I don't know, man. Like I really think that Mike McDaniel needed this win because he just looks miserable out on. I mean, every time they cut over to him, I mean, he hasn't cut his hair. He looks like he hasn't showered in a while.
He looks like Jimmy Butler in the bubble.
He looks miserable. Like every time they cut over to him, like he looks like he's lost everything, and he looks confused. Like, why is my offense, like my perfect offense, not working? And it's like, you don't have a quarterback. Like, there's your problem.
Man,
and then
did we hate on Tua too much?
Well, I mean, that's why I thought it was smart to pay him, is because it's like, you could draft a quarterback in this draft class. Like, if you don't know what's going to happen with Tua, like, is Tua going to come back or not? Either way, like, I mean, Tua, like, he makes that offense work.
Yeah.
So they've designed that offense around him, put a bunch of speed around him, get the ball out quick, deep throws to your fast guys, and then, like, it's efficiency, like move the ball down the field. It's a very complex system that they run. But of course, it's not going to work when you're reverting to your third string quarterback. Fourth. Yeah.
Because that's Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle.
Yeah.
And now Tyler Huntley.
Imagine that. Like, Tim Boyle. That guy, you got to count on that guy. Imagine me switching back and forth between Tim Boyle and Skylar Thompson. But yeah, Tyler Huntley. And their offensive line's all banged up. But they did get Jalen Wright going. It's just another, fast guy for their offense.
Yeah. So much speed in Miami, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, who would have thought? Lots of speed.
Yeah.
So,
was it?
Podcast.
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite NFL memories of all time. But wasn't it a Miami coach that got fired for? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Doing blow with strippers and hookers and stuff, and talking about it on the work phone. Oh my god, so funny.
Yep. Legend.
All-time football moment. Moving on to the next game, the Patriots.
Well, hold on. Let me. Doesn't it kind of feel like for the? I mean, it's almost like what's the phrase? I'm like, oh yeah, Chris Forrester, by the way, was the coach.
Yes.
It's almost like the ultimate. I can't even think of like the word for it, but like, remember, like Patriots fans have never had to deal with this. Like they've never had to like look at their place in the NFL draft. They never had to care about the NFL draft.
Yeah.
It's like a Freaky Friday, like switcheroo. Like the Bears, I've always thought about the draft. That's all I thought about was, all right, where are we picking this time? And now, like, it's the Patriots that are in that boat. Like, they're having to look at mock drafts, like, see where they'd be number one in the draft right now.
Yeah.
They'd be number one.
Jags winning. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'd be first place. That's crazy. Like, you beat the Bengals week 1 and you're still ahead of the Bengals. Like, the Bengals would pick 2. Isn't that crazy?
It's so crazy.
Who do you think they'd take? You gotta believe in Drake May, right? Like you don't go to.
Yeah, they don't go quarterback.
Travis Hunter.
Maybe.
Travis Hunter, number one.
It'd be weird to see Travis Hunter playing for the Patriots, though.
What does he look like?
He feels like a Dolphin, but they're not going to be drafting that low.
Either a Dolphin or.
If things continue to spiral, he could be a fucking Jet or a Bengal. No, he feels like the ultimate Cleveland Browns pick. That's what he feels like.
I couldn't imagine him in a Browns uniform.
No.
I would say.
I feel like Dion would step in
at
that point.
He kind of looks like a Falcon.
Ooh, he could be a Falcon. I bet they'd give him 21 too.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, he kind of looks like he would fit with like the Falcons. Like he would look at it good in the Falcons jersey. But he could be a Patriot, so there's always that.
Yeah. Yeah. He might be a fucking Patriot.
Would he play receiver or would he play corner?
I legitimately think he'd play both sides of the ball.
That'd be sick. Who was the last player to play both sides of the ball? Devin Hester? Because Devin Hester played corner before he played receiver.
Yeah, probably.
So what are the okay, back to football. What was the Dolphin? We're gonna get to it back in about a week or two, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? Because he's on IR, so 4 weeks, so we're 2 weeks in at this point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess he'd be back. I mean, that's if they're gonna clear him. I would assume they do, but you never know.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next game.
So rookie quarterbacks were undefeated this weekend. Big reason why, obviously Caleb Williams balled out, but Jane Daniels continues to just play amazing football. Coming into yesterday, he had an 82% completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
That is so insane.
NFL record.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a rookie record. It's an NFL record.
They blew the Browns out of the Browns are dead, right?
Yeah, the Browns.
I think they were dead a couple weeks ago. They're definitely dead now.
The Jets are like number 2 on the bad vibes team. The Browns are the number 1 bad vibes team right now. They're terrible. Yeah. But yeah, Jaden Daniels didn't even have his best game. I mean, he threw kind of I don't even know if the interception was his fault. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch, but he didn't even have his best game, and it was still amazing. Like that deep throw to McLaurin was fantastic. The deep touchdown throw he's amazing. What was the last time we had like a 1-2 quarterback draft where both like 1 and 2 were just awesome? Like 2012 with Andrew Luck and RG3? Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like Jaden Daniels has been better than RG3 so far. Like Commanders fans haven't felt this feeling since RG3. And Jaden Daniels is just a better quarterback.
He's a much better thrower of the football than RG3.
Well, RG3 wasn't a bad thrower of the football. I don't think. He threw some. He had times.
RG3 had a great deep ball, but I think Jaden Daniels has a more complete arsenal.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that kid. I remember watching him as a true freshman at Arizona State. Like the progression that he's been on is It's insane, dude.
Speaking of all-time bad vibes, it's still funny. I see the video every now and then, especially when he balls out. Arizona State players after he transferred to LSU just
took all of his equipment.
Yeah, we're stomping all over him saying he ain't shit.
It's like what OU players did when Spencer Rattler left. They just took all of his shit.
Yeah. But no, man. Who'd have thought at this point in the season people would look up and the Commanders would be 4-1, the Vikings would be 5-0, the Bengals would be 1-4, and the 49ers would be 2-3.
I think a lot of people are kind of surprised at the Jags being 1-4 too. I think a lot of people had them as a playoff team.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a good point.
We didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, the Commanders are awesome. I don't know, like, if you're gonna sell your stock soon, because we know what Cliff Kingsbury offenses look like later in October, like kind of towards like the end, like the latter half of the season. We know, like, the Cliff Kingsbury offense is just like, just kind of disappears. Yeah, it just falls apart. So sell your stock soon, unless Jaden Daniels is just him. But Kyler Murray is him too, and that offense started to fall apart.
Yeah.
So it's just what happens. It's the nature of the game. But they got a big one next week against the Ravens, and that's a much better defense than what they played so far. The Browns aren't like a terrible defense, but
they're not what they were last year.
Yeah.
The Browns defense has fallen off, dude.
Yeah. Bad vibes. It's just terrible. And Stefanski basically, he said it himself. He was like, I got to coach better. We have to be better. We're not. They asked him, like, yeah, there's no quarterback controversy. We're not switching quarterbacks. Like, I have to coach better, and I got to do a better job of getting the guys prepared. It's like, no, like, you're doing fine as a coach. Like, you're doing all you can. Like, you've taken twice. Like, you change quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson's bad, dude.
It's not good.
Yeah, he's terrible. I mean, he even said in the press conference, like, I need to do a better job. And, like, I just got to take what the defense gives me. I got to hit the checkdowns. And it's like, you haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you had an opportunity to do that against this week. Like, you had the running back in the flat many a times. Like, you're not doing anything. Put Jameis Winston out there. Like, you got to give Jameis a shot at this point.
At this point, it's not even to win football games. You just got to give the people what they want.
Well, I mean, you got to, like, it's like with, Brent Venables switching quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, you got to figure out something. Like, you got to figure out how to get juice to this offense.
You can only keep running Deshaun Watson out there so many times.
Yeah. Like, it's not working. He took a sack, and it was so funny. Like, the play was dead, but it took him forever to make the decision to run the ball. And then he spins out of a sack and then just gets smacked. I mean, like that.
Well, it goes back to last week. What was this quote last week? Talking about that he's not a runner. He's going to look to throw the ball.
He can't even do that. I mean, like, who, how, like, that Browns photo that goes around of the guy that has the jersey that it just has the long list of, like, quarterbacks that the Browns have had? I could probably name, like, half the guys on there right now that are better than Deshaun Watson.
And the biggest one's obviously Baker. The Browns fans will forever, if I was a Browns fan, a true Browns fan, I don't know that I could watch what's going on in Tampa and ever forgive that organization for running Baker out of town and giving up on him.
Well, it worked out for Baker, so I'm kind of glad it happened.
Well, I'm glad it did. Yeah, no, obviously, as a Baker guy, an OU fan, I'm very glad it did but it's just like, as a true Browns fan, and maybe they've come to get used to it. But at the same time, like, I don't know how you could have faith in that organization getting anything right if they ran Baker out of town, traded for Deshaun Watson, and they gave him $230 million guaranteed.
Yeah. And they got to stick with him. And Stefanski, like, I mean, it's out of his control at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think he's a good coach. Like, he's done a good job, but, like, I don't know. It's been a disaster. Have you been following the Johnny Fanta videos, like, every week?
No.
have been coming out. It's so funny. Like every week, like the Browns just look like a disaster, and like the videos he comes out with on Twitter, it's hilarious. If you got to look up Johnny Panta's weekly Browns videos, it's funny. But yeah, no. I'd rather have Johnny Football than Deshaun Watson at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe Sean Kaiser, who's another one.
I don't know about Deshaun Kaiser, but
I'd rather have him now than fucking Deshaun Watson.
I guess that's fair. Crouch.
Yeah,
Whichever one it was.
Tim Couch.
Yeah. Tim Couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah, I have Brady Quinn. Good vibes.
Who else did they have? Josh Dobbs was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Josh Dobbs. Was Yates there? Was TJ Yates there?
I don't remember. Brandon Weeden? I'd rather have Brandon Weeden a million times over Deshaun Watson.
He was like 50 when he was playing for the Browns.
That is true. That is true.
Obviously, Bateman, 100%. You'd rather have Bateman.
Well, yeah. We discussed that obviously right here. Who else is flamed out there?
Cody Kessler? Was it Kessler?
Cody Kessler didn't ever do shit in college. He was just the prototypical fucking quarterback, size-wise, that everyone thought was going to be amazing. And there's a reason he didn't start in college.
Yeah. The old Davis Bavell.
God. Yeah, sure. I'd almost take Davis Bevel over fucking Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's all-time bad buys for the Browns. Just like they're a disaster.
They had Doug Peterson and Ty Detmer.
Yeah, I'd rather have Doug Peterson.
Jeff Garcia, Trent Dilfer. Colt McCoy.
Rather have Colt McCoy.
God.
This is a much better Browns roster than Colt McCoy had.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was them, once Anthony Richardson's back, they wouldn't. But I'd almost, if I was the Browns, I'd go calling for Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Seeing what it would take to get Flacco back, dude.
I mean, that was just a terrible decision to let him walk, too.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You got to bring in Jameis Winston. Like, you need a vibes guy because the team vibes are just down. But, like, at this point, play him. Like, you need a spark. Right?
Yeah.
You need a spark?
Need something.
I don't know. Congrats to the Commanders, though. I mean, being 4-1, nobody really had them being good this season. But,
yeah.
Well, hopefully they can continue it because Jaden Daniels is fun to watch, man. I'm happy that the Commanders finally got a quarterback.
Me too. It's been a long time.
They're at the top of their division. Like, they're the best in their division. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know. So next game here, we mentioned it earlier. Jags get their first win of the season in just an outstanding fourth quarter, really, between the Jags and the Colts. Joe Flacco just turns into a young man again. I think Scott Hansen was talking about how that's probably the longest run of his career. Matt Ryan also got the longest run of his career as a Colt. So maybe I wonder what Peyton Manning's career long was too. Had to have been as a Colt, right? At this point.
God damn it, Donald!
Yeah, dude. Damn it, Donald. Oh man. But like that was
that run was awesome. And like Joe Flacco, dude, when he's on, he's on. People call me a madman. People called me a madman for saying he was elite. He was going to provide a spark for the Browns. The guy he has it, man. He won a Super Bowl. Lamar hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. Maybe the Ravens make a call.
God, that Ravens Super Bowl year was crazy.
Yeah. The throw to Alec Pierce, the 65-yard touchdown was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost felt like the Colts are going to do this. It's going to be another Joe Flacco comeback. Holy shit! But yeah, Jags pulled away. And Trevor Lawrence, it was his birthday yesterday.
It was.
He's 25.
Those throwbacks are beautiful.
Yeah, I love those throwbacks, dude. Those are the things we're going to talk about later with throwbacks that they should just always wear those.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But yeah, these look like an actual Jags jersey. I like that. They need to just continue to wear those. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence found out that he has Brian Thomas as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea to continue throwing to that guy. He's insane.
Dude, what the fuck? How does Patrick Mahomes get away with all that shit?
Do the Jags have a running back controversy?
I don't know, but Tank Bigsby looks good, dude.
He's kind of sick. And he was badass at Auburn, too.
Yeah. He was the only bright spot they had for a while.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we'll keep our eye on that. I didn't know Jonathan Taylor was hurt this game.
Yeah. Yeah, Trey Sermon looked not bad out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, nice little 38 yards on 10 carries.
Yeah, man. Not bad.
Didn't really have much to work with.
Yeah. Overall, fun game, though. I don't know that this really does much to move the needle for me for the Jags. Oh. Yeah, especially like how beat up the Colts defense is.
Yeah, that defense is not good. He's going to have a very tough time against the Bears defense.
Yeah, the Colts defense was already bad when healthy, and now they're not even healthy. So
they caught the Bears at a good time. They caught the Bears with a rookie quarterback that's now figuring it out. So I'd like to replay that game.
You said that earlier, right? It's a London game next week.
Yep, London game. So,
oh shit! Derek Carr is going to the locker room. Do we get some Spencer Rattler? Maybe
Spencer Rattler.
We might, dude. We might.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
All right, Spencer's smart. Spencer's smart.
It's the inverse of what happened to OU Texas in 2021.
Yeah.
Next game, another great game, and we're gonna do this one kind of like a Tarantino movie. I want to jump to the end, and then we'll go back and talk about a little bit about what happened. Well, maybe it was at the end. So towards the end of the game, Josh Allen gets drilled, head bounces off the ground, goes out for one play. Mitch Trubisky, I guess, is that bad. He only gets one handoff, and Josh Allen's back in the game. And you even texted me about it. The Bills do all that work to come back, and then what the fuck was that final drive in the fourth quarter?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I get it. Like, you're backed up in your own end zone. Like, you need to be able to pass the ball and get out of the end zone because there's just not much time. But, at least one running play.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially on...
Who's the running back for the...
James Cook.
Yeah. Did he get hurt or something? Why didn't they run the ball at least once?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. It was dumbfounding to me that they didn't even attempt to run the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. The Texans are the new Chiefs.
How do you feel about those Texans uniforms? I'm not that sold on them.
I don't really like them.
No, I don't think so either. I think the regular ones are much better than that. But I'm excited to see them all red.
Maybe they need to wear the Oilers uniforms.
Maybe.
Stick it to the Titans.
But CJ Stroud bounce back game looked good. Nico Collins had that big couple plays earlier, and then he was out the rest of the game, I believe, with the injury, right?
Yeah. So that long touchdown, especially NFL right now, in my opinion. Just some of the stuff that he can do. If he didn't get hurt this game, he probably has 50 more yards tacked on to what he already had. Yeah. I think the Bills are still a good team, but it was kind of like a comeback down to earth. You pay stiffer competition with that roster, and it's going to get harder. But it doesn't help when Josh Allen has a concussion, and it's definitely over for Mitch Trubisky if they decide to put concussed Josh Allen that's seen triple vision out there.
Do you think there's going to be some investigation into the Bills after sending them back out there, right? There has to be.
Yeah, probably. Unless they cleared him from concussion protocol. They're like, hey, buddy, how many fingers am I holding up? And he says, pancakes. It's like, all right, he's good.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's great. He's doing well.
Yeah, send him back out there.
You started to mention earlier, and we strayed away from it, but Devon Achane did have a pretty scary-looking hit, too. Yeah. And Tommy Tremble.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about that. Yeah, Brisker killed Tommy Tremble.
Yeah.
You sign a waiver. NFL's a dangerous game.
It is. But,
head injuries, man.
Did you hear about the Stephon Diggs, Cardi B thing? It was roaming around the socials.
No, today. I didn't.
So, apparently, Stephon Diggs got, not caught, but it's coming out that Stephon Diggs was hooking up with Cardi B while she was 8 months pregnant with Offset's kid.
Really?
Yeah.
And how does Offset feel about this?
I don't know, but I would assume not too happy.
Probably not.
Probably not. I think that's how most people would feel, you know? Crazy though.
Yeah, Cardi B, she's dope. Did you see the exchange at the end of the game between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs? There's a lot of talk about that.
Yeah, I saw it. We also blew right past when talking about the Patriots. You see, apparently Bill Belichick's a Swiftie, man. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Him and his 24-year-old girlfriend, they're Swifties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally is a Swiftie on his own. It's not his.
Probably was. Yeah, he probably made her a Swiftie, actually.
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm more of a Carrie Underwood girl," and he's like, "No. Come on, let me show you."
What do you think they actually like talk about? Like, do you think they have like sophisticated conversations?
I don't know. I was talking about this at work today.
Right?
Yeah, I was talking about this at work today. I think he's like, man, maybe the 3-3-5 should make its way in the NFL. And she's like, I kind of like that BMW over there. And he's like, yeah. I don't know that,
Maybe he like hates football now.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he has like a bad taste as well.
What if like you get like
also Bill Belichick? You can suck it. He can suck my dick. Caleb Williams is awesome. He's over there. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. He's not going to be a good quarterback. Saying that he's going to be a bust. Well, yeah. How did Mac Jones work out for you, buddy?
He's got to stir the pot for the Prize Picks money, man.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Let him
he said that just so everybody would bet against Caleb Williams, and then he bet heavy on the Bears.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. He's just playing mind games. It's Bill Belichick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a game.
He's ultimate football guy.
So Keon Coleman, he was the receiver with the highest ceiling coming out of the like him and like Marvin Harrison, I guess you could say Keon Coleman was the rawest one. Like he had the most like potential because like he's still very raw with everything. He's coming along nicely. Like he had the one reception for the touchdown, but like he's kind of getting into a groove much quicker than I thought he would.
Yeah.
So he's going to need to because with Shakir out, like Josh Allen kind of struggled this game against the Texans because like when you don't have a receiver, like Shakir is like the guy that gets open. He's like the main target.
We do need more mic'd up Keon Coleman though. Him and Xavier Legette.
We need more. We hear about how awesome Dalton Kincaid is and like how he's like progressing so much. Like,
I know.
Where's he been?
No fucking idea, but it pisses me off.
Yeah,
I've been the biggest Dalton Kincaid fan for so long.
Where's he at this season? Like, he hasn't done shit. I know we heard him in the preseason game, so I hope that wasn't a big effect.
It better not be. Give me another reason to hate the fucking Bears. It was a fun game though, especially at the end. It was a fun game. But yeah, moving on to the next one.
Fairbairn's insane. He may be the best kicker in football. I know Brandon Aubrey exists. Brandon Aubrey, he's awesome, but Kyrie Fairbairn has made 2 game-winning 59-yard field goals this season.
Yeah.
He's insane, dude. The guy's clutch, and it didn't even look like he was going to go in.
I know. Moving on though, so the other throwback. Well, we had a couple throwback because the Niners also wore throwback uniforms, but maybe the best uniforms of the day, and honestly, one of the better performances from a team of the day. Broncos came out in the 70s, the Dreamsicle, the Creamsicle, whatever the fuck you want to call them, uniforms, Orange Crush uniforms, and really just took it to the Raiders. The Raiders had that awesome like opening touchdown to Brock Bowers, and everyone was like, all right, here we go. And then the Raiders turned into the Raiders again. He's amazing. And the Broncos defense really took over. Pat Surtain had a 100-yard pick six on the same day. We'll get into it. That there was a blocked field goal for a touchdown for 60 yards, and then a 100-something yard fumble return for a touchdown in the Giants Seahawks game. Just a crazy, crazy Sunday. Broncos look good though. Bo Nix looked good. I think it's probably his most complete game in the NFL.
I know, and I don't really know what to make of Bo Nix because, like,
I'm not sold on him.
He's a fun quarterback. I liked Bo Nix at Auburn. Like he made some plays that were just like even the interceptions he threw at Auburn, it made you laugh. Because like that was awesome. Like he thought he could make that throw, but like
it's kind of
I don't know. He went to Oregon and then he was just like, I'm gonna be an efficient quarterback now. Like I'm not gonna be as fun as I was at Auburn, and it just kind of killed the vibe for me. But
him at Auburn was like Jameis with the Bucks.
Jameis with Florida State. I mean, he did the same thing. Like he'd have plays that that's what he was. He was kind of like Jameis at Auburn, but like I don't know. I guess he's getting better. I mean, he's progressing.
Yeah.
He has his limitations, but he just knows how to run that offense better than Russell Wilson did.
Yeah.
He's just better than Russell Wilson right now.
I think a lot of players are better than Russell Wilson right now. Didn't see a whole lot of this game because I was obviously watching the Packers game, and then I'm gonna admit something.
Minshew had a couple of head scratchers. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he did.
I like Gardner Minshew. Like I'm a big fan of his. Like he's dope, but like he's the kind of quarterback that you bring off the bench. Like he's the guy that provides the spark. Like he can't play like a ton of football. Like he can't play. Yeah. He can't start an entire game. Like he loses the spark. He loses the juice. You know. Maybe you put Aiden O'Connell in, put him in, and then like for the first quarter, and then it's like okay, we need a spark. All right, Gardner, go out there and do you, and then he becomes the guy.
Did you see the Max Crosby clip?
Yeah, that was
yelling at Bo Nix.
That was funny. Hold on. Where he's yelling at Bo Nix.
Oh, the fucking Saints put in Jake Haener. You fucking nerds. Yeah, dude. Where he's yelling at Bo Nix.
Gross.
Jake Haener was fun.
This one.
I love Max Crosby so much, dude. He's the best.
He might be defensive player of the year for me. Because that is not a good defense. And he's just continually like wrecking offensive lines. Like it's crazy. Like he's got to sack a game.
I don't know. At this point, there's a player that has a pick a game that kind of out there balling him up north. So
yeah, we'll talk about that. But yeah, Max Crosby, he's amazing. He's on a bad team right now. It's not looking good. Like I don't think you get rid of Antonio Pierce just yet, though. I think like you got to give him a good roster. So yeah, but you know they just need to figure things out. And shame on the Saints. They deserve to lose the rest of their games for not putting Spencer Rattler.
I also completely agree.
So yeah, next game, Cardinals 49ers. Just an absolute. That's like the true definition of like you're never as good as you think you are. You're never as bad as you think you are. Yeah. Because the 49ers just got done absolutely murdering the Patriots last week. And the Cardinals got just absolutely spanked by the Commanders the week before. And like then you get this game. And Kyler Murray still continues to be like one of the most fun quarterbacks to watch when he's balling. I mean, the long touchdown, the 50-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, literally calls it as soon as he's 6 yards past the line of scrimmage, and
Yeah, no, it's insane. If that was a 40-yard dash, he had to have ran like a 3.7, right? Like it was so fast. Like he's the fastest player in the NFL. The long throw, like the long fourth down throw to Marvin Harrison was just such a badass throw. Like he continues to make plays, and he's really good, and he's a lot of fun whenever they're clicking. But yeah, no, the 49ers, Brock Purdy, so. Yeah. He's trying to play hero ball. Like he's kind of in a position right now where it's like a contract year for him. So like you can tell he's trying to play hero ball. And it's not going to work against a good defense like the Cardinals. Cardinals have a really good defense.
Yeah, and he's trying to he just needs to use his weapons more. Just smarter. It's part of it. He's trying to make every play. Like I said, playing hero ball and doesn't need to. Like Jordan Mason's been pretty fantastic. But I mean,
he's not Christian McCaffrey. Though.
He's not.
That's like he doesn't have weapon that they're missing. Like Jordan Mason's been really good, but you can tell like it's just a different offense when Christian McCaffrey's playing running back. Like he's the best running back in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah. How do you feel about these Niners uniforms? They're pretty clean. Like I like the shadow. The shadow numbers are nice.
They need to continue just to wear those. Like
yeah,
I like the white pants. The shadow on the uniform is sick. Those are just wear your throwbacks. Like the teams that have sick throwbacks, just continue to wear those. Those are the best uniforms. Broncos, Jaguars, 49ers, like
Giants. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Packers. No, I'm kidding. The Packers actually the 50s ones, the green and yellow ones are clean. Not the brown helmet with the navy jersey and the yellow number. That shit's retarded.
Yeah, anyways, I don't like
those. Moving on, we'll hop into the Giants game real quick. As I mentioned it, we had the 100+ yard fumble return for a touchdown. Then we had the blocked field goal, which I don't know if you noticed it, but the lineman pulled down the guard that was blocking, so Isaiah Simmons could jump over.
Was there they should have called a flag on that, right?
I would have thought so. But
don't take away a cool play, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they do it they let the Chiefs get away with it every week, but
these games always kind of scare me with quarterbacks like Geno because I mean the same thing with Sam Darnold, like in that Jets game or in that game, in London against the Jets. Like you're always kind of scared in the back of your head that like they're gonna revert back to the old quarterback that they were when they played for the Jets. So I don't really know what to make of Geno. He played good. He had a good game. It's just like he had some moments where it was just, he was getting dominated. Like he had no time to throw the ball. So like there's that, but I
think it boils down to the fact that you can leave the Jets, but the Jets never fully leave you.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it feels. Yeah,
it's like the Browns, except for Baker. Baker's kind of left the Browns in the dust, but
yeah, he's taken he flushed the Browns in the toilet. So
he did.
Yeah. It is kind of funny we left that joke off the table. The commies flushed the Browns, or the commies took down the Browns.
Yeah.
Anyways, Brian Daboll's a hell of a coach, dude. Like, he finally has guys in the trenches that are playing well. Like his defensive line's playing really awesome, offensive line's playing really good, and we have our thoughts about Daniel Jones and what he is as a quarterback, but I mean, kind of after that first game against the Vikings, he's kind of looked really fucking good. Like not really fucking good, but he's playing much more efficient. He's getting longer drives, and like it's kind of the bad performance against the Vikings. It's kind of like selling pretty good because every quarterback that's played the Vikings so far has had pretty bad performance. So he just played a good defense, but he's playing well. He's playing really
fun
well.
To see
Tyrone Tracy.
Fun to see Eric Gray get out there and make some nice plays too.
Yeah, that fumble. Yeah, that was sick.
Well, the screen plays are better. I think he did. Because he's a Sooner, he did.
Yeah.
No bias at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Eric Gray fan, but they need to just get him more involved. Like, he's the kind of guy that has to warm up and get going because he stinks when he's out there. Like, it is what it is.
He's the rhythm running back.
Most players. Yeah. But Tyrone Tracy was awesome. The Purdue running back.
Tyrone was good. He looked good. Steal. Absolute steal for them in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's going to continue to be a really good running back for them. But I don't really know what to make of the Giants because they have everything they need in the trenches. Like in my opinion, their defensive line is really fucking good. Their defense is starting to play better. I think it'll get better. They haven't been great, but like you've got the trenches figured out. Thibodeau, Lawrence, like all those guys are phenomenal. But like Daniel Jones is kind of figuring it out a little bit. And even though there's the possibility that Daniel Jones can revert back to Daniel Jones, he's playing good right now, and you got to give credit where credit's due. And Brian Daboll, awesome coach. Did you see what when Wandale Robinson was doing the Instagram live in the locker room, and Brian Daboll was like, "You better not post that shit."
Yeah,
that was funny. Brian Daboll, no nonsense guy. I like that.
Yeah, gotta be.
Gotta buckle down. You're coaching the Giants, so if things don't work out with the Giants, if things don't work out with Eberflus and the Bears, I hope you hire Daboll. Daboll's
I fucking love Daboll. I really do.
He's a fucking hell of a coach.
Moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the Packers game. I want to go ahead and apologize to everybody. I'm sorry. As a true football guy, I tried to take a little power nap during halftime, and I slept through most of the third quarter. My bad. I apologize. But I did get to see Kraft Yak and Cheese. Kraft? No, I saw Kraft Yak and Cheese. I woke up about then, saw it, dozed back off, and I got up.
That's kind of trash.
No, you're trash. Okay, you just don't have cool players and cool nicknames. So, what, DJ more touchdowns? Yeah, see, sucks. Fuck you. But no, man. Look, Tucker Kraft. I loved him coming out of the draft. I was much higher on him than I was Luke Musgrave. And yes, the touchdowns are great.
What about Rome wasn't built in the day of Denzel?
No. No, it's actually not that bad. Mine's better. But to see him, like, the touchdowns are awesome. The yards after catch, like, he's been playing outstanding.
What about DeAndre Swift touches herself to Travis Kelce?
Okay.
DeAndre Taylor Swift touches herself to Travis Kelce.
I fucking hate you. Stop. But what makes me, what I love about Tucker Kraft more so than anything is watching him down block on like 330-pound defensive linemen. He's excellent in the run game.
Nobody wants to hear you get into the weeds about the Packers, dude.
I think everyone wants to hear me get in the weeds about the
Packers.
Jordan Love started bad, dude. That pick six,
The thing about Jordan Love that's like, it's weird because he did this last week where like he had some like moment, like he did his
scratchers at first.
The pick six where like he wanted to avoid the safety, kind of looked like a Titans quarterback, if you know what I mean.
Okay. All right, you need to calm it down. No, it was a bad.
But he does
play.
do that
it
with
was
like the first half of last week. Like it didn't look great, but then he started like figuring it out, and he kind of did that this week. Like some of the throws he made in that game were incredible, and like I hate to admit it because
the throw to Jaden Reed.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, that was kind of luck in a way because the Rams played that so bad. They played that so poorly, but he put it in the perfect spot. Only Jaden Reed is going to get that football, and it was amazing. Jaden Reed continues to be amazing. Romeo Doubs didn't travel with the team for reasons that he's frustrated with his role on the team, as if he doesn't have – now he's third in targets. He was tied for second. Now he's third in targets overall. I assume that will be fixed and taken care of before this week. But, I mean, you know, maybe he's a bad teammate, but, you know, maybe we'll just – dump him for some scrub like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson or something like that. You know, just get one of those guys. It's kind of middle of the road type guys, you know, come in to fill his role.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Drake Stoops, maybe.
Yeah. Drake Stoops. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great guy. Football.
Yeah. Drake Stoops. I had a note for this game, and it was really the only one that I had, and he really didn't even do much this game, but I think Dontavian Wicks is like watch out for him is basically all I had in my notes.
His route running's insane. His hands have been inconsistent this year, but I think that's something that's going to.
When he figures that out, he might be the best receiver on your team.
Yeah, no, he's insane. He's insane. And stupid me, I thought it was going to be Malik Heath, and Dontavian Wicks has come out of nowhere and just been fantastic. So, Yeah, that was the problem I was talking about earlier, though. You were talking about the Bears. Their receivers are going to start getting, or their defensive players are going to start getting old. They're going to start paying more guys, and there's going to be more priorities over others. Packers are going to have that here in a couple of years. Like, Jane Reed is going to have to get paid. Octavian Wicks, if he continues to trajectory, he's going to have to get paid. Guys in the defense.
You're going to have to pay Bo Melton, dude.
We might, dude. Might have to pay Romeo Dobbs, man. And it's just going to be one of those things where they're just going to have to continue to supplement.
He's not your best ability. Your best ability is available.
Availability, right? Yeah, and that's the biggest problem with him because when he's healthy, he's probably the best receiver from a skills point on the team. He's got the height, he's got the speed, he's got good hands, and I mean, I don't know. He can high point the ball like a motherfucker, but he just can't stay healthy, and I hate it for him because I love Christian Watson, I really do, but I don't know. Defense, the most concerning part of it. Now, Xavier McKinney has been fantastic. 5 picks, 5 games. At this point, he's gonna have a 17-pick season. Like it's the writing's on the wall. It's done. It's gonna happen. Book it right now. The most concerning part for me is we have no pass rush. We got 6 or 8 sacks against the Titans, and since then, I don't think we've got more than 2 in a game. So, over the last 2 games, I should say, but just one of those things. What is fun for me is to see them bring pressure on 4th down. That's cool. Or when the game's close and you need it, got to have it on defense. Bring pressure. That's fun. No longer dropping 8 in coverage, including, I don't know, Preston Smith or Rashawn Gary or, for God's fucking sakes, Kenny Clark. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, fun to see, defense play actual defense. But, I mean, I think the Rams just about outplayed us in every, statistical category.
Well, and then that's another thing is, all right, Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer. He's 100%, what he's done in his career. He's got the Super Bowl. He's got the stats, the fourth quarter comebacks. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? 100% a Hall of Fame quarterback. If he doesn't make the Hall of Fame, it's mutiny. It's just we raise hell because that guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's got maybe a year or 2 left, and then he's got to hang it up because he's just old. He looks like a statue. He's taken a lot of beatings. I don't want to make his decisions for him. I don't know where his health is at, but I'm just.
Yeah.
Defenses are just getting too good. You kind of need a mobile quarterback, and he's the last statue quarterback. And he has no time to throw. He has nobody to throw to.
Well, so here's the thing. The Rams had more first downs.
And they needed to win this game. You had to win this game through the Rams because you have a much needed bye week though. This is a much needed bye week for the Rams.
You almost had to win it. I mean, and they did, but you really had to win it for the Packers too. These were 2 gotta have it games, or just gotta have a game for each team. The strength of the NFC North right now, the Packers could not slip to 2 and 3. You got to fight to stay above water right now until teams start to separate themselves. But
that's true. You really can't tread water if you're the Packers. You're right. You did need to win the game.
The Bears are going to be in the same spot. The Lions and Vikings play each other next week or in 2 weeks, but the Lions got to win probably this week. They could slip to 3 and 2 and be fine. So
there's kind of a trend going on where teams that after they play the Lions, they have lost their next week, and so the Lions and the Vikings play next week, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the Vikings are off this week.
Okay, yeah, so they have a bye. And then they play. Okay. So the Rams have a bye next week, and then they play the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lions and the Vikings. When do the Lions and the Vikings play?
2 weeks. Because the Lions play the Cowboys this coming week. And then in week 7, I think it is. Yeah, Lions and Vikings play week 7.
So who do the Vikings play after? The Rams hammer the fucking Rams after that because there's a there is a trend going on where a team after they play the Lions, they lose.
And it's a Thursday night game, so they're coming off a bye. Then they got the Lions. Then they got a short week going to SoFi.
And the Rams are going to be on a bye week. Yeah, Rams on a bye week.
Early
and
here,
they're probably going to get Puka and Cooper Kupp back.
Yeah, early best bet here for week 8. Hammer the fucking Rams.
Yeah, hammer the Rams on that because teams that have played the Lions have gone on to lose the next week.
That's crazy.
They just get so beat up. You play the Lions and they're biting your kneecaps. So like,
you gotta go for it every fucking fourth down, dude.
Yeah, too many kneecaps are just getting broken. So hammer the Rams when they play the Vikings.
But so I mean the Rams.
Much needed bye week.
It looked like the OU Auburn game though. The Rams came out, they got more first downs than us. The Packers were 1 for 8 on third down. The Rams were 8 of 16 and 2 for 4 on fourth down. They outgained us by 47 yards. They outgained us both in the air and on the ground. They had less penalties. They had 1 more sack, but still less yards lost on sacks. And they had the ball for 6 minutes longer than us. 5 minutes longer than us, almost 6. Like, statistically, numbers-wise, the Rams won this game. And they had a pick 6, dude. You know, the 2 turnovers the Packers got, they only scored once. They had 1 touchdown, I want to say. And so it's just one of those things, like, I'm glad they found a way to win, but God damn it, they can't keep winning games in that manner. It's just not sustainable. So, all in all, you know, in the NFL, more so than any other sport, a win's a win. You just got to bottle that shit up and take it in the next week. And we got the Cards in Lambeau this coming weekend.
Well,
so.
It's going to make you feel good that you can win that game, though. I mean, it sucks. I mean, you're going up against a Sean McVay team. Like, his teams play hard even when their cards are down and they're injured. But it's good to know that against a team that's kind of struggling right now, you can pull that game. You know, it's like a rabbit out of a hat.
I almost, yes, that's true, but I almost had more confidence walking away from the Vikings game than I did after that one.
Yeah.
As good as the Vikings are, the way that they were able to come back, make that a game, and honestly could have pulled it out.
As long as you continue Xavier McKinney to, get an interception a game.
Yeah, dude, he's the best. Essentially, he's a center fielder at this point in the NFL.
Yeah.
It just comes down with everything. I thought it was a good game. I think Jordan just needs to continue to build on things. He's starting to get in the groove. They just can't keep starting out slow. That's the biggest thing here. But and we'll talk about it on later in the week when we get into our preview. But they're playing a Cardinals team that is very much kind of the same manner right now. Both teams kind of start slow and then pick things up towards the back half of the game. So we'll see.
Need to figure it out. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely figure it out.
Final game from Sunday. Before we get into anything, my favorite stat from this game, and maybe my favorite stat in NFL history. Dak Prescott is the first quarterback in NFL history to throw 2 interceptions on 2 different days in the same game.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, weather delay. That was insane.
Dude, I hate it because I genuinely think he's a really good guy. For one, I hate his cadence. It makes me want to blow my fucking brains out. But for 2, it's just funny to see Dak get shit on. It's kind of like
Russell Wilson. I'm starting to hate Patrick Mahomes' cadence more.
Yeah.
And I like Patrick Mahomes. Like, that cadence it's really starting to, like, it just gives me, like, a headache.
Yeah.
So I can deal with
Make you watch the game like this? Just walk around the house like this the whole time?
Yeah. Like, I can deal with Dak Prescott's like, here we go. It's annoying. And it's like, why didn't he change it up? But, like,
it is funny when he does it and, like, fumbles the snap, though. That's what makes it worth it. Just to hear it and then watch him, like, last year in the playoffs, just, here we go. And then the pick 6, it's so funny every time. But sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off. Continue.
This almost felt like it was going to be another, like, the Steelers ended up winning the game the way that they needed to. Like, they make you play their game, low scoring. They're going to win with their defense. Justin Fields is going to do just enough to get you down the field and score a bunch of field goals. But somehow the Cowboys pulled it off. And Justin Fields, didn't really play as well as he did the last 3 weeks that he's played. So, it sucks. I root for Justin Fields. He didn't have like a terrible game, but he missed some throws. Dak Prescott, I mean, he clutched it up at the end.
He did. He did.
He ended up clutching it up at the end, and they needed him to.
That's all that matters. A lot of people were trying to make stuff of the CD Lamb thing. All he was saying was throw him a jump ball. That's all he's saying. Just throw him a jump ball. CD has all the faith in the world. He'll come down with that. I don't take anything from that.
I thought he was saying, hey, I want to be traded from this team. I'm tired of this team. So that's what he said was jump ball?
I think so. I don't think you're a good lip reader. Okay. Lip reader, man. I don't think you're a good lip reader.
Hot suit. Word suit. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I didn't really think too much of it either.
I think people just clicks on the sidelines and.
I thought at first he was saying you're bald. You're bald. Like I thought he was.
You're bald. You're bald.
Yeah.
Imagine
this. It was hard for me to
stop talking to my stepdad. What?
It was hard for me to stay awake.
I didn't make it. I fell asleep, dude.
TJ Watt's incredible. Tyler Guyton's kind of struggled the past few weeks. It's going to take him a while.
College, man.
It's going to take him a while. He's going to figure it out, though. He's barely played offensive line.
Yeah. He's a tight end when he got to be.
So. Yeah. He'll figure it out.
Insane still in my brain that people watched him and looked at his size and was like, tight end. Like, no, dude. He was born to be an offensive tackle. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Specifically a Cowboy. But
so what do we think of the Steelers going forward? Because I mean they should beat the Raiders, right? Like,
you think so?
Or is that going to be like a Raiders game that
I don't know. The Raiders do pull one out of their ass every now and then, especially against a team like the Steelers that they're expected to get destroyed by.
Well, they have two teams that like are in like gotta have it mode. Like you got the Raiders next, and then the next week you've got Sunday Night Football against the Jets, and the Jets like it almost feels like they're in like win now mode. Like this is a team you have to win now if you have Super Bowl aspirations.
Yeah, the Steelers they got the Raiders. They go to Vegas to play the Raiders in an afternoon game. Then they got Sunday night and Monday night back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Against the Jets and the Giants, both at home. Like, what the hell?
Go to Jersey, come all the way back, and then go back to Jersey.
No, like they're at home. They're in Pittsburgh for both those games.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then they go to Washington to play the Commanders.
Which that game looks so daunting for them at this point.
Yeah. Well, they have a really good defense, and so
they do. They might have a party in Jane Daniels' fucking lap at this point.
Yeah.
No homo, pause, but still.
Yeah. Cowboys at the Lions, so
shit. Yeah.
They're automatic. I mean, they're gonna have to play the 49ers after that. And remember, if that trend continues, they're gonna get smacked by the 49ers. Yeah. Not only do the 49ers own the Cowboys, but that's the week after playing the Lions. It's going to be a tough one. Then you have the Falcons in Atlanta. That's going to be a tough one. You have the Eagles at home, the Texans, the Commanders. Pretty rough slate coming up.
Yeah.
And Michael Parsons. Are the Cowboys better without Michael Parsons? Because their defense looked a lot better. Or was it just the Steelers' offense?
I think it's the Steelers' offense. I think it's a lot more what it is.
Yeah,
you just see George Pickens throw down Jordan Lewis at the end of the game.
Yeah, bad vibes from George Pickens. That's something I would totally expect out of George Pickens, though.
Yeah, it's 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
he was chirping at his ass all game, though.
Yeah. Well, Jordan Lewis, he's like the biggest shit talker of all the DBs in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he backed it up, though. Yeah, but good luck when you have to go up against Amon-Ra St. Brown. Sam Laporte is supposed to be healthy, and then Jameson Williams. Yeah. I might get to go to that game, the Lions-Cowboys game. My buddy Amon is coming down. He's going to go to that game.
Nice. That'd be
I
fun.
might go to game time. I might go to Game Time and find a ticket. Go to that game.
Probably they were sponsoring us.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll speak it into existence. We'll just start naming different sponsors every podcast until someone picks it up,
That's it.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? I mean, really, that
Chiefs
was just
won the game.
Yeah. It'd have been a lot more fun to talk about if Spencer Rattler got in, but they played Jake Haener instead. So, yeah, man. I just
3 months back.
He is. It's a weird one to see. I mean, understandable, but
the leading receiver for the Chiefs was Juju Smith-Schuster. 7 catches, 130 yards.
What is this, 2017?
Yeah, I know. What's going on? Maybe AB wasn't right about Juju Smith-Schuster. Or maybe he just needed Patrick Mahomes all along.
I think everyone just needs a little bit of Patrick Mahomes. Help him out. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and do it. I don't have much else to get into. We will be back here in a couple days with our college football week 6 recap. Insane weekend. Obviously, we had a number of upsets go down. Miami gets bailed out again, pretty much. And then we'll be back again later in the week. You get a special three episode week from us. But yeah, man, just super fun weekend for football all around. But please like, comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what your favorite moment was from the weekend as a whole. Also, let us know just how awesome Kraft Yak and Cheese was. I think I was really on the money there, and I think Sebastian's just a little piss boy sometimes when it comes to the Packers. But yeah, so I think that's going to go ahead and do it. PigSkin Podcast, Season 2, Episode 12. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see y'all later. Peace.